Hey everybody, it is Eric Lukas, your favorite real estate investor here in San Diego, and I wanted to make a quick video today showing you how to present investor offers to give you the best shot at getting your client to accept that investor offer. So behind me on the board is an example of a deal that we just looked at and we're trying to get, and the breakdown that I'm going to show you might be helpful when you have a client that is looking to sell a beat-up property and they're thinking about maybe remodeling the property themselves and then relisting the property on the MLS versus taking an investor offer. And in many cases, when you break down the numbers and show them the numbers, they will realize that the actual net they get from remodeling the property themselves and then relisting the property is very comparable to the net they would get from an investor offer. And by far the biggest objection I get when networking with agents out there is they tell me that, well, you know, their client wants to fix up the property themselves, they're not interested in lowball investor offers. But if you take the time to show them the numbers, many times they will see that the investor offer might make more sense. So if you're not taking the time to break down these numbers and show them to your client, you might be doing your client a disservice and you might be costing yourself commission money. So I'll move on to the example. Now, for this particular deal, the ARV was about $575,000. $575 is what the property will sell for in tip-top shape, and $575 is also about the Zillow number. So that's what the client is looking at. Now, for this particular property, it would cost us about $50,000 to $60,000 in repairs. Now that's our cost, $50 to $60 grand. Retail costs on those repairs are going to be about $120,000, and sure enough, when the client actually ended up pricing out the retail cost of repairs, the bids came back between $110,000 and $160,000. We think $120,000 is what it would cost a typical home seller from a reliable and reputable contractor. So already that $575 minus $120 is a big drop, obviously. Now let's also factor in 6% in real estate commissions, or about $34,500, and 2% in closing costs, or about $11,500. And that brings up a $409 net for your client after they remodel the property, list it on the MLS, negotiate with a retail buyer. They're going to net about $409. So a big drop from that $575. And this is how we get a lot of our deals, is once an agent presents these numbers to their clients, the clients get sticker shock over repairs, and then also start to factor in the additional risk of holding the property and taking on this project themselves. Now, in this particular example, we were going to offer about $430,000 on this property. Side note, we were projecting about a $49,000 profit at a $430,000 pickup price. And you'll notice that really our profit is about the difference between what we can get the repairs done for versus what the seller can get the repairs done for. And this is how we really run a business, and how we make a profit is on that difference. And being licensed contractors, having so many projects going, being able to bulk order materials, this is our profit, is the difference so many times between what we get repairs done for and what repairs cost on a retail basis. So anyway, getting back to it, at $430,000, assuming you charge your clients a 5% commission for a quick double end, they would net about $408,000. So these numbers are almost exactly the same. $409,000 and taking on this project and waiting 6 months, or $408,000 and getting their cash in 7 days. Now you might tell me that everything looks good, but these numbers are a little bit inflated. You might be right. Let's knock this down to 5%. Let's knock this down to 1%. So that's going to raise their net to maybe about $420,000. So again, though, a $420,000 net versus a $408,000 net is going through this hassle worth an extra $10,000 to $12,000. To some people it might be, but in many cases I would argue that it's not. And when you also explain the risk to your client about taking on this job, especially if they don't have experience flipping property, and hoping that their contractor doesn't run away with the money, which happens many, many times, they might realize that, okay, we might take a little bit less net this way, but we get our money now versus assuming all this risk and then waiting for months and months and months. So again, if you're not running these numbers and presenting these numbers to your client, you might be doing your client a disservice, and you might be costing yourself money in the process. So if you've got a seller that's got a fixer-upper, show them these numbers, and if we can structure it where it's going to be a win-win-win for everybody, then everybody's happy. So anyway, just a quick example that I wanted to share with everybody here today on Facebook. And give me a call if you've got a seller looking to sell a fixer, and maybe we can put something together. That's it for now. Take care.